Kenya, and happening right here from the Unam Stadium in Windhoek. You see on your screen Coach Woody Jacobs, followed by the assistant coach, Evelyn Norris, just accompanied by the rest of the technical staff as well as those players. Nancy Labang, a COSAFA winning championship, one of the other players who have won COSAFA or a senior tournament. Nancy, you see the likes of Tunga as well, Ndiweteko, who has also won Joy, the vice captain. So this is really going to be quite a clash. And I just want to bring it to you, Lovisa. We know that Kenya have been to the World Cup back in 2024.
Yes.
And this is a qualifier that the Baby Gladiators, the furthest they've ever gone was round 1. Just what do you think they're going to be going into this game?
It's going to be a tough battle, considering the fact that Kenya is retaining almost 7 of his players that have been part of the World Cup. So it's not going to be an easy run for Namibia, but I feel like Namibians are going to bring their A game again. And we expect a good show from the Baby Gladiators. Again, the likes of Tunga, the likes of Nancy Labang, who have gotten the exposure from the senior national team, we expect them to present that in today's game.
And there you have it, the Junior Starlets, the senior team known as the Harambee Starlets, and they are known as the Junior Starlets. Of course, they are there. They have some of those players, only actually 1 or 2 of them that are still remaining from that 2024 World Cup qualifier side. They are coached by Coach Mildred Cheche, who's a former Kenya player herself. She really holds a record, was the first player ever, or the first Kenyan player to ever take a side to an event or a World Cup. So, for them, like I said, this is just the first round. You still have a whole matchup. The Junior Starlets will begin this campaign. The first leg, like I said, playing today. So if Kenya progress past Namibia, they will advance to the second round where they'll face the winner between Zimbabwe and Uganda. Then the first leg we know is next weekend, the 18th,
yes.
Or the second leg rather. From there then we have the second round, and in that second round, like I said, it's between Zimbabwe and Uganda. Then the final round will be between Zimbabwe or Uganda versus Namibia or Kenya. Tie face the winner of the matchup involving Botswana or Tanzania against Central African Republic or South Africa. So it's still quite a journey right now. You can't really say, oh, this team is going to the World Cup or that team is going to the World Cup per se. Like I said, it's still quite a long journey. But I just want to remember last year, Lovisa, we had the COSAFA Under-17 Championship here in Windhoek, and some of the games were even played here at the very stadium at Unam Stadium.
Yes.
And we do recall Namibia going out in the group stage, unfortunately falling short. They did get that win against Comoros 10-0 in Fixture, but it was not enough for them to qualify for the next round. We've seen them really build up in the ranks, the under-17 side, over the past. And majority of the squad that we see, the Nancy Labangs, the Ndiwetekos, the Gosses, they've really been part of that last year team. So I think that experience also speaks to who is on this field today.
Yeah, no, definitely. The likes of Chloe Avasis, who also featured in last year's COSAFA, will also play a pivotal role in today's game. Grace Aces, like you mentioned, she will also be a good addition. And Melania Gavas. So we expect a lot from those players that have featured in last year's COSAFA, and hoping for the best for the Namibians.
Absolutely. As we await here, kickoff is at 3 p.m. from the Unam Stadium. You can catch all the action live on NBC Live. Also, we'll be going on for that second half on our NBC National FM platforms. You can also follow us on our social media, our YouTube channel, specifically NBC Sport, and make sure to stream the game live if you're not finding yourself in front of the television screen. If you are in the capital and you are in the nearest areas here from the Unam Stadium, you're on campus, for example, entrance is completely free. You can make your way here as well and come and enjoy a good afternoon, I believe, of football. But we are just awaiting now for those two teams, or the two sides, to walk out. Kenya versus Namibia. I want to put you on the spot, Lovisa. Maybe just your predictions as we head into this one.
I would say it's going to be a tight one for the first half. It's going to be a 0-0. And yeah, let me leave it for the first half. 0-0.
And there you have it. The two sides about to walk out, accompanied first by some of those flag bearers, the referees doing proceedings today. Gimo Grace of Zimbabwe, assistant referee 1, Clara Simango of Zimbabwe, Kakala Mbiko of Botswana. And there they are, the two sides, the captain, Nancy Labang, who's become a household name in Namibian football, to be honest. She will be leading out Namibia there, and then Kenya are captained by Beverly Awo Tieno. as we just await for the two sides to sing their respective national anthems. Of course, it's always a big clash up to represent your country. And I know I was speaking to Woody Jacobs and he said, first time to play on home soil in 6 years in a World Cup qualifier. So that's really big. We just now cross over back as we await for the two sides to sing the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we all rise for the singing of the national anthems of Namibia and Kenya? Starting with Kenya. Now the anthem of Namibia. Two sides there, Namibia and Kenya. Still early times to really determine what exactly will be happening today, but it's all 90 minutes will be left out to make that decision of the first leg of this first round of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup African qualifiers. Like I did mention, our referees for today are Gimo Grace of Zimbabwe, as she is assisted by Clara Simango of Zimbabwe and Kakale Mbiko for Botswana. We just, of course, have to practice tradition in football. We do know if you don't just begin the game like that, I'm sure, Lovisa, you would know all about that. Have to make sure that protocol is observed and is followed. Group pictures. I know these youngsters, most of them being in 17, 16, 14. We don't. The eldest we have is 14. Yeah. Not below that. So it's a big moment. I know when I was here for the training sessions on Friday, just the joy on their faces. It's always great to represent your nation, but also even better to do it at home. True. And you know, Kenya will be doing that in a week or so back home in Nairobi in Kenya as well for the return leg. But it is almost time to kick off here at the Unam Stadium. Kenya, captained by Beverly Otieno, my apologies, as she awaits on for her co-captain, or her opponent, rather, Nancy Labang, and one of the oldest experienced players, you could say, for Namibia. Nancy Labang also made history last year, and not so long ago, becoming the first player to play for almost all the categories of the national side, which is honestly so fantastic. Playing for a national side at 15 is absolutely incredible.
And honestly, it is always a joy to watch Nancy Labang perform because she always comes to play. She is a player that you can say she is the heartbeat of the team. And we expect her to display that today in today's game. So it's going to be Nancy against Beverly. So we're going to see who's going to be the winning captain.
The better captain, absolutely. Yeah. As they just await there for referee Gimo Grace to give them all of the instructions, the technical sides. I did mention the coach of Namibia, Woody Jacobs, and We know that FIFA has put out the rules of putting more women in more leadership positions or coaching positions. Assistant coach Evelyn Norris of Namibia just talking about the other day, saying that, you know, it's so incredible that FIFA now introducing this system of having at least 50% of women in your technical staff, and either making sure that either your coach or your assistant coach is a woman when it comes to women's football.
I think that was great thinking from the FIFA, because it's good to always have women in women's football and in women's spaces, also just to remind the girls that you can also be in positions of this nature.
Absolutely. The Junior Starlets from Kenya, all the way from Kenya, have done this before, have played and gone on up until the qualifying stage, went up and against to the World Cup back in 2024 for the very first time, and represented their nation. Namibia, on the other hand, will be looking to really make history in this tournament. It's still early stages, first round of the qualifiers, but the way you begin, I believe, Lovisa, is important. If you can, you know, sort of build testament already or set the tone in your first game, that in itself is very important.
Yeah, honestly, I concur with you. If you already build momentum in the first minutes, it also decides how the game will end for you.
There you have it, Jackie Gertse, one of the most prominent names in women's football, football generally in Namibia, on the bench there for Namibia. So we just await for kickoff. Nancy Lebank in the center. Namibia kicking from the sides. We are about to kick off here at the UNAM Stadium. Will it be Namibia who get this win at home in the first leg? Or will it be Kenya who get that win away from home? We'll have to wait and see. 90 minutes on the field to prove just that. You see that, of course, Nancy Lebang, very instrumental player, and she'll kick things off. Already Namibia looking to push up front there. But it's flicked away already by Atieno. Still juggling it up. It's picked up wonderfully by Garus. Loses it out. Back in the center to Nancy Lebang. And here they come now. Namibia will look to push forward here. Lovely turn. And she just loses it out. See, there was a master
I see Namibia.
from Chidu.
Sorry. I see Namibia is already building pressure for the Kenyan side. So it shows that they really are in this one.
Well, Kenya now have the experience. Here is Mwenda, who gets this one. Twist and turn it to a counterpart, Awa. Awa still with the ball now, looking to build up. And that's flicked away wonderfully by Gosses. Will be a throw-in for Kenya. Once more, Mwenda for Kenya here with this throw-in. Picks up at the amber. That Isaacs was right there. I'll look to twist and turn. Really a battle so far that we have seen in this opening first few minutes of the game. It falls back to Mwenda. Playing it nice and easy to the back. Awa. This long cross. Gets hold of Atieno. Yeah, she comes now, Atieno, with this run. Will she pick up the ambush? She did, but the defense of Namibia was right there to keep that going from anywhere further. That's so far, I can say that these sides really just pushing to get the ball away from the middle of the park. And if you want goals, that's exactly what you need to do.
Exactly. I see Petra in the defense. She's really doing it.
It's a long ball and it's a goal. Just like that. They are not wasting any time. She read it well. She did spot Tunga. Kind of really not doing a job well there, the goalkeeper. And she got the job done. Kenya are in the lead. Look at that. Came in from Atieno, I believe they're the goal scorer for Kenya. I think just a miscommunication from the Namibian backline.
And I think Tunga was also caught a little bit off guard there. She didn't anticipate that ball to come straight up. Let's take a look at that one.
Just read it well. Atieno puts Kenya up front. But that's a lovely shot, you do have to say. But maybe a little bit better. She could have done that, Tunga.
I think she could have really done better, especially because, again, she is experienced. She has the necessary experience. So you would expect better performance from her. And that was a little bit disappointing from her side.
Well, Kenya now will probably look to build on this momentum. When you get a goal early on in the first half, well, this picked up wonderfully by Achieng. And was
an offside.
Offside. So far, we are already not even yet 10 minutes into the game. And the Junior Starlets with the upper hand in the first opening minutes of the game. It's 1-0. 3 minutes into this first half. And this one will be flicked away now. Namibia looking to respond. Nancy Labang here in the middle of the park. She is surrounded. Will she get hold of Garus? He tries to, but you could tell that Shidu was on this our upside, trying to get that run in, but she was well read by Mwenda, the defender.
And I see they're trying to build up from the back right now. Let's see what they can make out of this.
I must say, Mwenda, what a player to watch on that Kenyan defense. She's really, really everywhere. So far, her and Aua. And that will go out for a throw-in. For the visitors, the Junior Starlets. I remember that in order for Kenya to have gone to the World Cup back in 2024, they beat Burundi 5-0 in that game, and then they went on to the World Cup.
That was actually an impressive scoreline to set the tone and actually win that so comfortably, and not to count on goal difference, count on points away.
It was just an aggregate too,
yeah,
entirety.
So basically just winning it smoothly and qualifying for the World Cup. Impressive.
Absolutely. Mwenda there. Aoa. He's got a lovely partnership, Aoa and Mwenda. And that's will be picked up by Itzaxa. She looks to chase it up, but still just scrambling, you could say. Flicked away now by Otiena. Kenya looking for a double. And they're going to chase this one up. Will they make it 2 now? And it's a goal! They are not here to play, the Junior Starlets. They double their lead 5 minutes into the game. And look who has done it. It is none other than Otiena once more. I must say, she's so wonderful to watch. Really, really just, what a player.
And at this point, the pressure is building up for the baby gladiators. It is just 5 minutes into the game, and we are
and Kenya, and happening right here from and Kenya,
it is just 5 minutes
happening
into
right
the
here
game.
and Kenya,
it is just 5 minutes
happening
into
right
the
here
game.
and Kenya,
it is just 5 minutes
happening
into
right
the
here
game.
and Kenya,
it is just 5 minutes
happening
into
right
the
here
game.
and Kenya, and happening right here. And Kenya, and happening right here. Shimi so far has been dealing with a lot of traffic. And the back line of Namibia, you could say. And Kenya, and happening right here.
Despite being under so much pressure, we should applaud them for an exceptional work.
Yes, we are approaching the 10 minutes here at the UNAM Stadium.
So
this is the
has been
FIFA
dealing with a lot of
Under-17
traffic.
World Cup qualifier, African
And the
qualifier.
back line of Namibia, you could say.
2020.
Despite being under so much pressure,
So far, the
we
Kenyans,
should
the
applaud them
visitors,
for
in the
an
lead
exceptional
by
work.
2 goals to 0.
So we are approaching the 10 minutes here at the
Early
UNAM
on,
Stadium.
This is the Kenya
Has been
FIFA
dealing with a lot of
Under-17
traffic.
World Cup qualifier, African
And the back line of
qualifier.
Namibia, you could say.
Already Kenya having scored in the second minute of the game, and then they got their second one in the fifth minute of the game through a goal coming in from Boko. Now the ball just sort of scrambling in the air. Nancy Labang here, well read by the Kenyan defense though. They are still surrounded.
And Michelle, I think also one of the good things that we should also applaud Kenya is because they're very good when defending in danger. They're really calm, they're composed, and we really expect that from the Namibian side. If they can also just imitate that, that would also be good for their side.
We'll have to wait and see, Lovisa, how this one plays out. This gets to Mwenda now. Mwenda picks up the captain, Otieno, the second goal scorer there. Just getting or trying to get hold of Maloba. And here she is now, Maloba. Well, not very strong cross there from her. Do you think she was trying to cross or aiming for that herself?
I think maybe she saw that she was a little bit offside, so she had no intention of really getting that to goal because she was just waiting for the linesman to...
Confirmation there for the score. It's still 2-0, Kenya, since scoring those 2 goals early on in the game, and it's still very early on in the game, but still in the lead by 2 goals to 0 here at the UNAM Stadium. Of course, you can catch the action live on NBC television or NBC YouTube channel, NBC Sport particularly. Here they come now. They're looking to really push up front, which they've been failing to do, the Namibians. I've not really seen them in the final third.
I think it also becomes a challenge because we only have one striker, Nancy Labang, as our target striker. They are failing to get to the target striker. Maybe something needs to change to have 2 strikers or something. But we'll wait. We'll wait and see what happens.
Well, ball now for Kenya here. I believe there was a foul on Boka. And there is on your screen, Garus. Sharifa Garus, one of the other experienced players in the Under-17 squad. We're part of that COSAFA Under-17 championship side from last year.
And Kenya is really patiently building up from the back, looking for openings and trying to get to the...
Into the box once more. Tunga will collect this time around. His first goal looked something just like that. Nearly, you could say.
I mean, Tunga was alert this time. She was like...
Yeah, not again. We're not doing
this
that
time.
again. So, throw in now here for the Kenyans, the Junior Starlets. I'll just put you through how they performed in the qualifiers, Kenya. In 2008, they did not enter. In 2010, they withdrew. Round 1 in 2012. As we just look back at this foul here on the Namibian midfielder Shidu. So, a free kick for the Namibians, and it will be taken up by
Pietra.
Aces. What can they do here? Can they capitalize, the Namibians? Off a set piece. Aces will strike into the box, and that is wonderfully collected by goalkeeper Okoyo. Cool, calm, under pressure. And there's a mistake here from the back, but it's well collected. She was alert there. Awoya. And they are looking now to break. Junior Starlets as goal scorer for that first goal, or second goal rather. Will they get a third here? Twisting and turning. Aces was there to flick that away. You have to really, really be careful of a player like Achieng. One that you can go one-on-one. You wouldn't want to go one-on-one with her.
She's been exceptionally well in the past 14 minutes that she has been playing. Every time she gets the ball again, she is a problem.
Absolutely. Here's a free kick now again. And there she is once more. The goal scorer, Maloba, into the box. Maybe a third one. And wonderful save there from Tunga.
Beautiful.
That was lovely work, probably we could say. Trying to redeem herself.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful catch by Tunga. I should applaud her for that one.
Yeah, I mean, if that went in the back of the net, you could say the defense was really nowhere to be found at that point in time. She was all alone. She was the only one that could make the difference there, and she certainly did that. Kenya have it back now. Still wrong run for Maloba now. Trying to push up front, but well read by the Namibian defense. Still trying to get their first goal is Hangula. Picked up by Garus. The ball is scrambling now. And eventually, there is a winner for the ball. Kenya. Aoua now will take this one up. Let's look back at this moment here. Aoua with that header. Tunga collected. And took it away from danger. Now the Kenyans looking to hold momentum from the back.
Always trying to build from the back. Honestly, building from the back means a lot. It just shows that you have a strong defense, a defense that you trust.
Shimmy flicks it away there to Nancy Labang. That unfortunately was no one up front. Nancy Labang, if you compare the playing, or rather the format of the two sides, Nancy is the only one up front, Labang. She does have the support of Shidu, Matthias and Angula, sort of to push. But you're looking at Kenya with Achieng and Adhiambo, the two forwards there. And they are assisted by Atieno in the midfield. So...
And honestly, when you look at the system that they're playing, they have a more attacking system, meaning that they really want to get as many goals as they possibly can. They are only having 3 defenders at the back with 5 in the middle and 2 attacking players.
Absolutely, Lovisa. Now this is quite a game. The Kenyans still with the upper hand. There is Bakari. Look at that turn from Bakari. My goodness. Still manages to pick up a teammate, and that will certainly go out. But I can't even say certainly go out. It could certainly go in. But maybe luck there was a bit on Namibia's side for a few moments.
One would say so close, but yet so far.
But you have to say, look at that. Just well done. Fortunately, just maybe a little bit more curl to that. Might have finished the job, but still a good attempt nonetheless. Not off target. And that's another attempt, yet another attempt for the Junior Starlets. Namibia have not even yet seen. I mean, we have seen 1 or 2.
The defense of Kenya has not really seen the Namibian attackers in their half like that. We expect to hopefully see it in the coming minutes.
Especially if you're a Namibian fan, I'm sure that's what you would be hoping to see indeed. Here is Kenya once more. But Aces was right there. And Captain Nancy Labang was chasing this one down, but the ball belongs to Kenya, so her fellow or opponent captain there. See a free kick. So Atieno will get the job done here for the Junior Starlets. Not far off. That first goal, I keep emphasizing that first goal. It looked just something like that. And so we await now. What can Kenya do? Some of the delegates there in the stands. Kenya now. Atieno with the strike, and that will go wide. Did not really materialize in the way she would have wanted it to, probably.
And it's a goalkeeper from the Namibian side. Again, Aces is taking it. I haven't seen any build-up from the Namibian side. It's always the long balls. Maybe because of the pressure, do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, she probably was aiming to go for it herself there. She can tell no intention of crossing or whatsoever. That's, here they come now once again. Actually enough for Namibia. Waria was there. They get it back. The Kenyans. Scarlets looking for a third goal. The ball is on the loose, but it's flicked away by Aces. Some of those youngsters, the players who you see on your screen there, here to support their fellow Namibians.
It's always good to see the support from the Namibians coming to support the young girls.
Absolutely, we are nearing the 20th minute mark here at the UNAM Stadium. I can tell you, Kenya still with the upper hand. Quite a fair amount of a turnout. I mean, to say that those who have come out to watch a good game of football with another chance here. That came out once again. Gotta watch out for Gaudantia Maloba. She's quite something. Been everywhere in this game. There's confirmation on the 20 minutes. On that score, it is Kenya still with the upper hand. 2 now of these African qualifiers. FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2026 qualifier. Namibia yet to respond. Gives a throw in once more for Kenya, and it's going to be taken up by Mwenda. And that battle out. I was just speaking of a wonderful player that she really is. That's quite a moment there. We see another chance for the Kenyans to break. Long ball, trying to pick up Adhiambo. Adhiambo now. And it gets to Atieno. She was fouled by Nancy Labang. So we'll see a... Is that who I think it is?
Asteria Angula, it is her.
Well, she is certainly cheering on. I mean, I remember watching her and how you would cheer for her as a fan, and look at how the tables have turned. The Namibia vice captain for the Brave Gladiators, the senior side there in the stands cheering on the baby Gladiators. I was saying maybe that win of the senior side has certainly changed the status quo of women's football in the country. And this is another chance here for Kenya. Still manages to get that rebound on there. Bakari! And that, you have to say. Okay, Tunga.
Tunga is here full time, extra time. She is here to work extra time.
Well, she has to, because I must say the Junior Starlets are really coming on to her. Look at this. Strike. Strong. Wonderfully done by Adhiambo. But Ndiweteko Tunga was there to at least save the day for now. See another chance here. She flicks it away once more. But the ball still in the box, and Namibia can certainly sort of feel relieved for now there that they get the ball back. Still early on in the game and still waiting for a goal. We've not seen a goal in the last 15 minutes or so. All those 2 goals really came in early. If you have just joined us, they came in as early as 5 minutes in. We already had 2-0 on that scoreline. Here is Nensila Bang now for Namibia, looking to chase it down. She gets hold of Matthias.
Unfortunate interception there by the Kenyan side.
But still well done. That's what their style of play is all about. Get the ball away from you as much, keep the ball away from you as much as possible. They are a possession-based type of side, and they really thrive off that. The Kenyan, the Junior Starlets. This will be another throw-in. This time around for Kenya.
Trying to build from the back.
As they always do, of course. Take it back all the way to goalkeeper Okoya, who probably seen less of the ball compared to any other player on the field today.
I think this is probably her fourth touch now on the
game.
ball. Yeah.
Here comes Mwenda now. Mwenda to Owo.
And that build-up is just so beautiful. You can see how they are transitioning from the defense to the middle, and now they are headed up front.
Look at that.
Looking for their teammates as per usual. It was intercepted by Namibia.
But Mwenda, you see how Mwenda moves all across. She was there in the defense side of things, but look at how she made it all the way to the midfield. Such a player. Oh, what a player, rather. She'll keep this one in, surely, Mwenda.
Mwenda is one who you would say is a real-time engine.
Absolutely. Reminds me of you. Lavisa, during the COSAFA Championship, you were everywhere, I may say. And look at this now from the Namibians, Hangula specifically, Nensila Bang. Can't find it. So the Ember will collect now. Will she pick her up? She does so. Back into the midfield. Captain.
And the
Margarine. Namibia just sort of, the ball kind of just really scrambling, you could say, at this point in time. There's Maleoba. They get hold of Atieno now. Atieno still has it here, trying to twist and turn. It's picked up, though, by Matthias. But it's back in the control of Maloba. Look at that from Nefla Bakari. Mwenda to Awo now. Still just playing it nice and easy, the Kenyans.
Calm and collected. Well composed.
Absolutely. That's once again with Bakari here to Maloba, and that will go out for a throw-in, I believe, for the Baby Gladiators. And there is Joy Gossas, the vice captain. As they, some instructions there from Coach Woody Jacobs.
I think now we are going to have a water break. It's 26 minutes in rather. It's a bit sunny here in the capital, so a water break is much needed. And I think they've implemented that into the whole footballing structure, which is also a very good thing, especially considering the fact that we have heat waves here in the SADC region.
Absolutely, and Kenya are another side who know all about the heat, so they would understand each other very well with the Namibians, and of course just need to cool off a little bit. They are also young, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not to say that the seniors shouldn't get a break, but there's also a chance for the technical stuff, you know, for the coaches to just really speak to the players. I want to ask you, Lovisa, if you are Coach Woody Jacobs, what are you telling your players right now during this water break?
I would rather tell them let's not concede any more goals going into this last minutes of the game. Let's maintain it. If we can build up, let's build up. If we can find Nancy, our target striker, let us do so. Let's make use of her strength. And I don't think they're fully utilizing her to her fullest potential.
And maybe just on the other side of things then, for the coach of Kenya, Mildred Cheche, what are you saying here?
Let's get more goals. Let us get more goals. And obviously, looking at it, it's like it's doable. Namibia is not really a tough opponent compared to the teams that we have played. So let's get more goals.
Well, we get things back underway here at the Unam Stadium. This is the African World Cup Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier. Round 1 of action. Kenya versus Namibia. Namibia at home and are behind as we speak. Our ball will go out for a throw-in for the Junior Starlets. And it's Mwenda who will take this one up. Trying to probably build up this one. A set piece is always a good chance to capitalize. Namibia now. Trying to flick this one away. It is Melissa. Will they get it one where they just aren't able to keep up with that, unfortunately.
The support, unfortunately, is not there. If the players was, if she was supported in the middle, I think she would have done something different.
Absolutely. Well, the Kenyans are just not backing down today. This is a strong run in from Warrior to Matthias. Try to pick up Shimi. Well, looks like some sort of foul there. I believe there is the president of the NNOC.
The chairperson of the Women's Super League, Ms. Monica Shapwa, also in our midst.
Absolutely. The delegates who have come out to enjoy a good afternoon of football, and of course it's always nice, I believe, as a player to look down on, to look up in the stands and see the big names also come out and support you. And this is now with Joy Gosses, the vice captain. To Hangula now, and to pick up Matthias. This run from Matthias. She is surrounded by the likes of Mwende. Just trying to get it in there, Angola, but well, she still has it. Namibia with a chance here, but Matthias was just, did not read that well, if I may say. But Angola tried to set it up really nicely over there. Here's Kenya now, looking to create that, but it was Shimi who intercepted. That's Bakari for Kenya to her colleague, or rather teammate, Maloba. Mwenda here at the back to Awo, who have created such a lovely partnership.
And one can also see that Maloba, Mwenda and Bakari have a good combination play there on the left side.
Yeah, it's been successful so far. There's Angola now for Namibia. Try to keep it in play. Keeps it in play, but it falls to the wrong feet. Mwenda now. Back to Aua. This long ball. Shimi was there. Nancy Labang is scrambling. She is trying. She is surrounded though. Will she be able to pick up? She does. She get hold of Garus, who is fouled. So we'll have a free kick here for the Namibian side.
Let us take a look at what they will make of this opportunity.
Well, we are nearing at half-time. Time really runs. I think it runs more when you are behind, if I could say.
Correct. Because you want to get the goals in and you feel like, why is time so fast, you know?
Yeah. And it's so slow when you have that narrow lead and the time is just not coming to an end, eh? But we see now this free kick taken up by Matthias for Namibia. Baby Gladiators. What can they do here? Can they capitalize off this set piece? From the middle of the park. This is taken up into the box, and that will go wide. I'm sure Okoya there is pretty satisfied with that. She didn't have to do much. That came in from Petra Aces, the forward. Just playing it nice from the back. The Junior Starlets now. Okoyo.
There goes the build-up. Always waiting to strike at the right time.
Maloba now here with it. She gets hold of Atieno. Atieno now with this run from the right-hand side. Kenya looking for a third. Brought down. You could say perhaps kind of look like that could be nearly a penalty given. You gotta be careful.
It's very important that you avoid making those tackles in the box, because sometimes the referee might just give a penalty. But I would say Shimi made a clean tackle right there.
Absolutely. So we'll see a corner kick here for the Junior Starlets. Still the usual suspect, Maloba. Gets it into the box, and that just goes over the bar. Sigh of relief there, surely, from the Namibians. As Maloba, the youngster who has been instrumental, got a goal to her name even. Here they come now. Look at that build-up from Adhiembo. And then she was brought down by Shimi, who has been busy today. I think that battle between her and Adhiembo today has been very busy, if I may say.
This is the first build-up from the Namibian side. I am happy they managed to get a build-up game. There goes Nancy.
Just once again intercepted. You have to give props to the Baby Starlets. They don't allow for that build-up to continue. Stop that tempo early on. And that's a great shot, just wide. Not bad at all. Not bad at all there from Maloba. I keep speaking of her, and there she is doing things like that. The youngster.
And Michelle, when they go with full force. You cannot stop them when they go.
Gaudentia Maloba, what a player, the midfielder. With that shot there, will be flicked away now. Namibians looking to push up front. This is Nancy Labang. Trying to whip it into, just could not really pick up Shizu. So the Kenyans have it back in their possession. Look at this run. Great stuff to watch, man. There's such
a joy to watch.
Joy to watch, you could say. Just the way they flow, the tempo, the way they read the game. It's fantastic to watch, really. Here's Mwenda now. Mwenda picking up Sitambara. And looking to get another third one here. And that surely, I believe, was a call for an offside. Look back at that moment.
That was actually a beautiful split pass. It's just unfortunate it resulted into offside.
Absolutely. Adhiembo there was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. I think she was going for it. Unfortunate for her that the rules of the game have sort of brought stop to that.
One would say if it was street soccer, you would have gone full force and scored your goal, you know.
Yeah, the advantages of street soccer. Well, this is real. It's international football. That's Maloba. As I believe Mwenda. Mwenda will look to get hold of our, which she does wonderfully. The physicality of this Kenyan side is also evident. They just play with so much intensity. Mwenda loses it out here, but did not materialize for Mangula. She was probably trying to create some sort of a counter there, but went out of play. So we are 36 minutes into this game. Namibia now. That's well defended by Otieno, the captain of Kenya. But was nearly a chance to do, who had the ball there. So Gosses now gets a hold of it. But they lose it once more. Actually, still in their possession, my apologies. So who will take this one up? It looks like it will be Petra Aces. She will do the job here. Let's cross into Gosses. What can Gosses do here? Tries to flick it in. Is there anybody? Well, not necessarily. The only player that was there was the goalkeeper.
Straight into the goalkeeper's hands. She said, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for gifting me this wonderful gift. And her name is Joy, so she is, prompt to do that, to bring you joy. The opposition. Now this Shimi. After of our observations, what have you made of Shimi in that defense for Namibia? It really looked like the much more busier defender today.
Yeah, I think a lot of the attacking is coming from her end. She's getting a lot of balls coming that side. And I feel like she's also solid on the left back. She's doing a lot of clearances. Hey,
that's really good a chance here again for Kenya. And that. Did she get a touch to that, Tunga?
No. It was a crossbar.
That was surely heading for it there from Achieng. She has such strong strikes. They look like they are flying most of the times, really. Achieng there for Kenya. Brenda Achieng, just 15 years of age. Plays for Ugunga Township and has been fantastic so far today in this game. Here comes the Kenyans once more. They are not full. Looking to really push for that third goal. And it's also great to collect as many goals as possible when you're away from home. That's, I believe Shimi got attached to that. Also intercepted now. Namibia will look to break. It is Matthias loses it out. And they are still looking for that third goal. That goes out wide for a goal kick for Namibia. And I was just saying, I think that's very important if have that aggregate advantage. But let's look back at this chance here. It did hit the post, like you said, Lovisa. Not too bad at all from Achieng there. Just maybe, of course, you would have wanted to execute it better.
Yeah.
Look at that turn from
What a beautiful
Akoba.
turn.
And wonderful response from the crowd in the stands. As the Namibian defense sort of managed to stop the tempo in that very moment. There should be a throw-in by Mwenda now. Mwenda to Maloba. Another throw-in.
Namibia's tempo seemed to be dropping a little bit because Kenya is coming in full swing, and yeah, there's just more pressure from Namibia, and we need to, get better and build our momentum before we go into halftime.
Absolutely. So far, Kenya with an upper hand. 2-0 they lead here at the Unam Stadium here in Windhoek. This is the African Qualifiers, FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Wherever it is that you're watching us from, whether it's here in Namibia or you're watching us live on our YouTube channel on NBC Sport, all across Africa. Thank you very much for joining us for this wonderful clash. As we see yet another break. The players just going for a break, have some water, also have the respective coaches just tell them a few words, and they will immediately get back onto action. See some warm-ups here of the Namibian side. Do you think substitutions would be the best in that second half, Lovisa?
At this point, I feel like we can still maintain the team that is on. The team is relatively well. They're doing well, but maybe in the 70th minute, we see how things go from there. But at this point, not necessary.
Well, we are still waiting to see how this one plays out. We still have got about 4 minutes or so in this first half here at the Unam Stadium. Coach Woody Jacobs would be hoping that scoreline changes in his advantage or in the team's advantage. But Kenya are not making that an easy job for the Namibians at all. Here is Chiengo, and that will fall straight into the hands of Tunga. She was there. You take that one. Tunga now and Dueteko, one of the youngest players that was in that Kosafa winning side. Namibia will look now to get a one back here, and that does not go as they would have wanted for the Namibians. Maybe she was under a lot of pressure. Also, you could say the way she positioned herself. One of those goals, hey, that if you score, you score. If you don't, well,
It is what it is.
okay. Well, let's continue on here as we see what can transpire in the last few moments of this first half. What can we expect? Will Kenya get a third, or will Namibia respond? We have to wait and see. The Kenyans still with the upper hand. looking to get a third one. Faith Bokke. And Tunga will collect here once more. For Namibia, the goalkeeper. So far, game not going as planned for the Baby Gladiators. There's Mwenda now. It's been stellar at the back. Angola got a touch to that, but she just flicked it out for a throw-in for Kenya.
The build-up continues for the Kenyan side. Building on the right side, which is their strong side, always trying to make use of their strength.
We're speaking so much of the COSAFA Under-17 Championship. There's also the CECAFH Under-17 Championship. As we look for this build-up now here from Kenya. Will they get a third? Wonderfully done by Tunga. She's been excellent in the last moments, I must say, Tunga, the goalkeeper. Dueteko. Her name means I can see. Dueteko.
So she can see when those balls come.
And Tunga build, so it's build and I can see. So I think for the last few moments she's been really proving that she can see the ball and it will not get past me. Here's another chance here by Achieng. That will go out wide. And I was just saying, the CECAFA Women's Under-17 Championship. Look back at this. Wonderful defending, or rather goalkeeping from her. And Achieng really was hoping to get the job done, to seal the deal. Yeah, she comes again. They are not done. But Aces was there.
That was really a crucial interception by Aces. Right time, right moment.
Woody Jacobs, the coach there. It's going to just some frustration from him. Probably telling the players not to let a lot of those spaces behind for the Kenyans. Look at this chance now here from Akoba. That got a touch of that Aces to flick it away for a corner kick. So 2 minutes will be added on here at the Unam Stadium. 2 minutes for Kenya to perhaps get a third one or a fourth one, you never know. 2 minutes for Namibia, on the other hand, to try and get back in this one. This is a corner kick by the usual suspect, I like to call her, Maloba. She's very busy with those corners, Maloba. What can they do here? She will take this one up as we await. Maloba into the box. Still in danger here in terms of the Namibians' aspect of things, and Tunga will collect. So I'm sure Kenya will go into that halftime with that confidence, and you can tell that they are not backing down. Here's Matthias now. Hangula. Matthias chasing it up front, but guess who's there to make sure that that does not happen? Makari, as she has been so busy in that back line for Kenya. Still building, still pushing the Kenyans as we await for that half-time whistle. Will they get that third goal? Here they come now, a chance here, and just scrambling. That goes out wide. That goes out wide there from
Maloba had such a good opportunity to make it 3 before we reached the halftime, but unfortunately she just kicked it away.
But you can also commend the pressure from the Namibian defense there. If you look at it, really was scrambling, but also I think that's also what impacted Maloba to sort of shift that focus on unable to really execute as you would have wanted to because of the pressure that was coming from the defense of Namibia. Is Maloba once again to Bakari. Mwenda now. She will pick up Aware. Still trying to keep it composed. They know that they're almost there, the Kenyans. Halftime whistle is almost upon us, and they have the comfortable lead, you could say, in the time being. Nice Faith Bokke. Well, referee Gimo Gray says that's it for this first half here at the Unam Stadium. It is the Junior Starlets with the upper hand. Scoring those 2 goals early on in the game. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the game. The only goal so far in the entirety of the first half. This is the African Qualifiers FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2026. Namibia still behind here at the UNAM Stadium by 0 goals to 2 against Kenya. Do stick around for that second half.
Namibia, are you ready to go past your limits? The Sanlam Alliance Coastal Marathon is back, and it's calling all runners to the streets of Swakopmund on the 25th of April, 2026. From elite athletes to everyday champions, this is your moment to run with purpose, power, and confidence under the theme, Past Your Limits, led by confidence. Run for glory and stand a chance to win big, including fully paid trips to the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon, Botswana Life Classic Run, and an unforgettable Gondwana Lodge getaway. Feel the energy. Chase the finish line. Break barriers. Sanlam Alliance Coastal Marathon. Run bold. Run strong. Run confident.
we are back for this second half here at the UNAM Stadium. It is the African Under-17 World Cup qualifier game between Kenya, the Junior Starlets, and the Baby Gladiators, Namibia, as we get
from Namibia, and Kenya is making one substitution, the number 10.
looks like it will be Kaitenje coming on. Celeste
Yes.
Kaitenje has come on.
And outgoing goes Atiano.
The goal scorer, by the way, has come off. And so we'll see an introduction of Kaitenje there. Come on, let's see. So Awa says is coming on, as well as Aces. Those are some of the changes that have been made. The number 22. And if you talk about Tukwana, I mean, she has the experience, one of those players, again, who, you know, very instrumental in times like these. And we await.
Another substitution from Namibia. In goes jersey number 6, Dauses, and out goes jersey number 8, Garuas. So a whole 4 legs. I mean, 4 players of.
That lead and 2 goals that came in the first half. Will they increase that? We'll have to wait and see. Here is Achieng, the goal scorer. That's wonderfully done. Achieng now with that turn. Shimi was there though. And Faith Boke trying to chase it down. That goes out for a throw-in for the Namibians. You see here the vice captain, Joy Gosses, will take this one up. She looks to lead her team at least to a goal here. Well, Achieng did get a touch of that shimmy, manages to flick it away for now.
And that will be a throw-in for Kenya. Watonyi will take that. I don't know if you've also noticed they've pushed Petra up in the middle, and they kept Joy behind to stabilize that defense.
So the substitute again. Awa says there was trying to chase it down, but did not materialize. So we'll see a throw-in. Wanyoni to Achieng. That goes out again for a set piece. This time around, it's a throw-in. And
the Namibian supporters. I wonder what those
I saw one
posters.
written Coach Woody Jacobs.
All the supporters here. And there's several
COSAFA champions Namibia.
baby gladiator, rather brave gladiators. Majority of them there in the stands. So we do know that there's a return leg on the 18th of April. And absolutely Kenya now will be happy with this because when you have the advantage far away from home, it's easier to capitalize of that in the second leg. And this is now a chance here. It's wonderfully done to keep it in play. They are looking to push the ball back as they still looking for that third goal, the Kenyans, but they lose it out. Joy Gosses, this is a throw-in for Namibia. But Bakari is right there to make sure that that does not go any further. That's Mwenda pushing it up front, the Kenyans now. Nancy Labang picks it up though. What can she do here? Wonderfully done to Angula, but it's intercepted by Mwenda. And they're still pushing the baby Starlets. Emily Adhiambo there was aiming to move it up front. And they get it back now, the baby Scarlets. Ball now with Faith Bokke, the goal scorer of that second goal. Faith Bokke, she will go for it herself. Will it be picked up by Chianga? No, it does not. In fact, it goes out for a throw-in for the Kenyans. Bokke now. Twisting and turning here. Wanyoni. Back to Bokke. Into the box. Trying to get a header to that there, Maloba. That will go out for a throw-in for Namibia. Still acing it down, still pushing up front. Namibia looking still to respond. Then Silabang now, she is surrounded, still going. Our says here, loses the ball out to the substitute Wanyoni. Wonderfully done right by Wanyoni to get that ball back. Gets Faith Bokke in the mix. Wonderful cross, look at that. She will go for it herself, but Achiang was looking for it. She got a touch to it as the ball just really scrambles. Now the Namibian defense has sort of trafficked up. They have moved up.
We can see a lot of players are now forced to come back. The likes of Nancy Labang, very much deep in the defensive line, and Namibia should avoid having their attacking player in the defense.
Absolutely, Lovisa. Fortunately, all we do is commentate. You cannot hear, but here's our assess now. She loses it once again. The Kenyans surely not giving any chance for the Namibians to be able to break. Not leaving any of those spaces in behind.
Not a single chance. Across by Bokke. Let's see what they can do here.
And Shimi just scrambling. That is wide from substitute Katenje. And still awaiting for a response. I'm sure the spectators in the stands are waiting for a response from the Namibian side. As Captain Joy Gosses, or Vice Captain Joy Gosses rather now, will take this one up. What just the confirmation of some of those earlier changes. Aces, Grace, who came off on replaced Brianna Matias, and the scrambling continues here, but Grace was there to sort of clear that away. Here's Angula now. But she is accompanied by Bakari, who's not making it easy for her. There's aces. There are two aces on the field right now. Awasses, strong run from Awasses. Cannot get hold of Lensi Labang, who was ready to get hold of that. And Faith Bokke now with this run in. Still strong here from the Kenyans. Achieng, Shimi gets that away. for now at least. Ngawa says certainly can be the change maker for Namibia. You can tell the kind of pace she brings on into that midfield.
And also just her overall aggression when she has the opponent coming towards her, or when the opponent is coming to her, rather. There we have Nancy trying to attack, but unfortunately, she's awarded a free kick.
I believe that foul came in from the captain of Kenya, Beverly Otieno. Let's look back at this. Nancy Labang was going nice at it, and just a touch there from Beverly to foul her and award that free kick for the Namibians. Goes at it. Nancy Labang unable to keep that one up. It's
Faith
back
Bokke
in the possession of Faith Bokke. Gets hold of Achieng, but Aces says absolutely not on my watch. The ball really is scrambling, you could say. But the Kenyans loses it out again. Yes, Faith Bokke once more. Look at that twist, that was lovely. Lovely style from her there too. Bit of football. Nancy Labang. Oasis. She's still going strong on her feet. Oasis here. Nancy Labang now. Namibia looking to build out that tempo. She is brought down. Oasis still with a strong run as the crowd rises here at the Unam Stadium. They are looking to respond, but
honestly, the second half is more intensifying and more electrifying. You can see the crowd is screaming and shouting from the stands. Just goes to show that there's more intensity in the second half, and we love that for us.
Certainly still looking for get that response they are hoping for. The spectators, the Namibian supporters being at home. That's Aces with that flick there. Shimi. But Faith Bokke got a touch to that. Beverly, the captain now. And return to Adiambo. And this is a chance here for Chiange. Chiange for Kenya now. She is still going, but maybe
nice
hesitated to finish there. That did lend to Gaudentia Maloba. It's back in their possession. Once more. That is flicked away by Ndahambekwa. Lindileni, the Namibian defender. Scary moments there for the Namibian backline, surely. So now we await as a corner kick is taken up by the usual suspect, Gaudentia Maloba. Looking to perhaps capitalize. She does not go for her usual tactic. She crosses it this time around in hopes that it would work, but no. Nancy Labang picks up Dowses. Really looking to build that tempo up now, Namibia. And Maloba going up against Angula, who wins it, but it's back now in the possession of Maloba. Now to Achieng. That will go out. Did not materialize. Not bad at all.
Let us see if Maloba will take a long corner or she will take a short corner this time around.
Just wonderful. Honestly, game of football we are witnessing, really the intensity that has oozed up in this second half has been fantastic.
We don't know what happened in the changing rooms.
Absolutely. Here's a corner kick now again. Kenya have the possession still. Nancy Labang gets it back for Namibia. And if you're not watching it on your TV screens, of course, and make sure to catch it on our radio station as well, live on NBC National FM, as well as on our TV, NBC One and NBC Sport NA on YouTube as well. So we await here for a throw-in from Rose Wanyoni. This game, what you would have anticipated for, you would say, Lovisa, this second half?
I mean, I didn't expect a more intensive game. I was expecting Kenya to come full swing and give me at least one goal in the first 5-10 minutes, but it didn't materialize.
The chance here now, looking like scary moments here for the Namibians, but luckily enough, Joy Gosses was there to flick that away. They get it back. Here is Bakari. Bakari with that turn to Mwenda. Bakari once more. Playing it nice and easy. Back to Mwenda. Look at that turn now. What can she do here? She does an incredible job. Maloba, as she always does. Win it back to the Namibians. Just keeping it out of danger. Or trying to at least. Not bad here.
And Kenya always tries to find their teammate. Whenever they're building up, you can see that they're looking out to see their teammates. And then Shimi gets that ball.
And Angula there, you can see. Then Silabang now. Surrounded, trying to get that strong run in. High ball to Ausses now. Angula! And that goes out. You have to commend the goalkeeping from Okoyo.
The goalkeeper was alert and very certain of what was going to happen. She anticipated that ball that was coming. And that was a clear, great save by the goalkeeper there.
Well, that's the type of energy you are talking about. Corner kick here for Namibia. You would say disappointing. Corner kick there. Did not really get anything of it.
Considering the fact that it's Namibia's first corner, we would have expected different, because every set piece is very important that you make use of it.
Let's look back at that. Look at that. So we await for the team to bring us later on the screen. But for now, we continue with the game. Chiang. Chiang now here. Strong run into just the... she was offside.
She was offside.
Offside. All read by the assistant referee. So it's still 2-0. Neither sides have scored in this second half yet. Those two goals, both of them coming in from the first half, inside the first 5 minutes. So we have not seen a goal in almost about, you could say, 50 minutes of the game.
I think maybe also one of the reasons could be Namibian were sleeping a little bit in that first half. By the time that they woke up, it was already 2 goals down.
That's now with Katenya, the substitute. Oh, that's Joy Gosses really working all of her strength out to make sure that that does not get into danger. But the Kenyans managed to get it back. She'll go for that strike. That is wide. Chiang just attempting to go for it herself.
That will be a goal kick for Namibia.
60 minutes into the game here at the Unam Stadium. This is the African FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup Africa Qualifier 2026. You are not aware, Kenya, having been to the finals of the World Cup before. They have gone to the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup back in 2024. And Namibia, on the other hand, the furthest they've gone, been to round 1 of qualification in 2012, in 2025 as well. That Shimi just looking to deal with that one. Throw in now is Boka. That's looking to still get that goal. Boke, Faith. I believe she got a touch to that there. She did get a touch to that, Dowses, so Chiang now here for Kenya. Faith Boke. And the defense was there intact. To flick that one away. Captain Baveline for Kenya now. Still pushing it up, really trying to just get something of it. That's been an entertaining second half so far. You certainly can say it has been a good game of football. whether you're watching from the stands or in the comfort of your home at TV or on your YouTube channel, radio station. Here is Faith Bokke now. She's looking to go for it herself, but it's intercepted, cleared by the defense. I think now if we have to compare Namibia's defense versus the first half, there's a major shift, you could say, Lovisa.
Indeed, there is a lot of improvement. I think that was also important that Petra moves up a bit just to go stabilize the middle. But even with her moving up, it didn't cause a little too much shaking in the defense. I will really commend the defense for really performing well thus far. And we can see they're building up with Shimi.
Shimi has been instrumental. She's really been doing great for Namibia in that defense now. She has to get rid of Faith Bokke, not keep her out because she is quite something. For Kenya, throw in here for the Namibians now. Awases. She's certainly also has brought a shift to Namibia. Awases, look at that run from her. Picked up now by Hangula. Back to Awases, but it instead lends to Beverly. The Kenyans not backing down, looking for that third goal steal. And we'll look to break here. Achieng now. Beverly. Still going on strong, finds Faith Bokke. Into the box now. Chance here for Katenge. Surrounded, and that will go out. Bit sloppy, you could say, from the Namibian defense.
Yeah, and also just a little bit sloppy also from the Kenyan side. I mean, that was a good opportunity to score a third goal. It was just a matter of being calm in that area and checking the goals, and then you score.
Absolutely. This is Tungandi Weteko, the goalkeeper. Was not having the best game at first, but certainly began to shift up the tempo later on in that first half. Namibia will get this goal kick here. And now, the Kenyans. Look at that scramble between Ausis, my goodness, and Beverly. You have to say, quite physical game we are witnessing. 64 minutes here at the UNOM Stadium. This is the African Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier between Namibia and Kenya. Namibia being at home. They are trailing behind by 2-0. And yet to respond to those 2 goals, the Namibians. Well, here is Aces. She is going to take this free kick up for Namibia. What can they do here? A wall built up already by the Kenyans, looking to make sure that they do not allow space at all for the Kenyans.
It's going to be a retake. The referee says that must wait for the whistle. So Petra is going to have another chance to take that free kick again.
Maybe always a chance to capitalize of set pieces. You never really know what you can get yourself into. Aces again for Namibia here. She will flick it long into the box. Oh, I think Joy Gosses there might have hit her head in the process, but she is up on her feet. Some of the other spectators who are in the stands here at the UNOM Stadium, who have chosen a good afternoon, a Sunday afternoon, to come and enjoy some football. It's not always you get a chance to watch a World Cup qualifying match on home ground.
And I mean, this is a great opportunity. People should be happy that they have this chance to actually witness this type of games right here on the home soil after having 6 years of not playing this. And then there's the attack. Shimi gets the ball and
there's a battle between Shimi and Bokke. And since the game began, I think you could, currently in the second half, you could probably say Shimi has been having the upper hand as opposed to that first half. He was unable to get through.
There's another free kick for Namibia.
Looks like it's Nancy Labang who has brought down the captain. And we're certainly seeing more of Nancy Labang in the second half compared to the first half.
She's definitely present more in the second half. And also I see that Nancy and Aces are creating a lot of free kicks for Namibia, and honestly, that is what they want now. And we can see Colin Benjamin in our midst, coach of the Brave Warriors national team.
So a very much supported game here, I must say. Here is that run in from Oasis there. Did not materialize because it was a bit too quick. That ball already heading out at that point in time. And so we'll see the goalkeeper, Okoyo, for Kenya.
Wanting to build up.
We are heading into the 70th minute mark here. So far, strong run from Tabitha Wambui. She will pick up Katenje. Actually not. It's blocked. Angula. Oh, she was looking for Arces there. The ball just still scrambling. She is fouled. So this will be a free kick now for the Baby Starlets. I believe that foul was on
Bakari
Nella. One of the standout players as well in this game. Let's look back at this moment. Could you say that's a foul? Lovisa, on your end?
They say let the coach be the coach and let the referee be the referee and let us be the commentators.
Absolutely. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
So 70 minutes are nearing here at the Unam Stadium. So the Baby Gladiators with possession now. This is Aces. She will make it nice and long. Tries to pick up Oasis. Oasis chasing it nicely now. Looking for Nancy Labang, but the captain Beverlyn was right there not to let that happen. Here comes Atenja now for Kenya. That's just really hoping to push it up front. Faith Boke looking for Chiang, or Chiang rather. Look at that run. Looking for a third one here. I think she hesitated on that first touch, and that will fall straight into the hands of Tunga.
It is always those little seconds that are very crucial. The moment you let it go, an opportunity is gone.
I think the hesitance compared to the first half from the Kenyan attackers has been a little bit more evident. A lot of chances that we have seen that could have been goals.
And it's the 7th minute of the game. The referee has blown for a water break. Again, a very crucial moment in our game.
Yes, so we are 70 minutes into this encounter. And the Baby Gladiators still unable to find a response in this second half. So, Coach Woody Jacobs just having a talk there. What do you think he's saying, Lovisa?
I mean, he's probably a little bit disappointed because he expected different, especially because he brought in four fresh legs. A little bit disappointing for him, especially also it's the 70th minute and there's literally only 20 minutes left. So he's trying to motivate his team to say that, guys, let's do something in the next 20 minutes because that is the only time we have before the last whistle is blown.
Absolutely. And now we await here what could happen in the last 30 minutes or so of the game.
Kenya is ready, going back into the field.
See how they can go about this one. The crowds, the cheers from the stands, the fans surely, I'm sure, would love a goal scored in this game. I mean, I speak about this Kenyan side, this under-17 side. They have, on the regional side of things, managed to secure third place in their under-17 championship of the FCA championship back in 2019. Just in terms of regional success for the squad. Obviously, the biggest success should be going to a World Cup. I mean, nothing beats that. And here they come now. That's a really strong turn here from the Kenyans. Still scrambling for it. She did wonderfully. Atieno there, the captain. And that goes over the bar.
That is a goal kick from Namibia. Let's see if Tunga is going to take it or is it going to be Petra again.
Kenyan bench show up obviously with one more goal, I would say, but they seem eased out. They seem like really nothing much to stress about.
I mean, 2 goals is also good enough, but if you can get more, why not?
It's always important, yes. Beryl Okumu, just that confirmation there. Was Tabita Umbui who came on. And then Okumu came off rather earlier on in the game. Still awaiting for a goal in the second half. That's headed away. Nancy Labang now. That's wonderfully defended by Katenja to Achieng. Back to Katenja now. Katenja for the Baby Scarlets. Captain Atieno. Beverly. Here's Faith. That will go out for throw-in for Namibia.
Nancy Labang has it. She's going forward. Oh, it was intercepted.
She loses it out to Faith. Faith Bucket, 15 years of age. Quack Girls player. Really, really fantastic. And this is a strong run from Achieng now. Well, she was not in the correct position.
She was offside.
In the terms of football, we call it offside indeed. There's Jackie Herze on your screen. I believe
Seems another substitution is being made.
it seems like it. It's what we are about to witness. Aces. And Joy Gossett now finds our assist. Will look to push, looking for that first goal. Still the Baby Gladiators, but the ball is dealt with by the defense of the Kenyans. It seems like that's a substitution that we are expecting to see.
And it seems like it's going to be an attacking player that will be coming on.
Gavas. We'll wait and see. So, again, Achieng here for Kenya. Katenja now. Katenja trying to pick up Achieng, but no. Once again, blocked by the defense of Namibia.
I see that Namibian defenders are dealing with danger relatively well, and that is really commendable.
Yes, this turn here from finding Faith Bucket. Faith Bucket now up against her usual competition, Shimi. She comes out as the stronger opponent, wins that one. That ball looking deadly. Katende, and that will surely go out. It was looking surely like it was going in, but that went out. Lovely strike though from Katende. Not too bad at all. Well set up by Faith Bucket too. You have to commend that.
Aces seem to be having an injury there. Maybe because of the goal kicks or what happened in that regard.
And Tunga, the goalkeeper. Well, the medics are running onto the field here. So it's not looking too good. When you see that stretcher, I really, really would hope that it's nothing too serious. Remember, these players still have to go out in Kenya for that return leg next week. So we don't want to see anything of that nature. So there is a substitute. And it will be Naomi Isaacs.
Naomi Isaacs is a midfielder. I think the coach wants to have more attacking play in the last 15 minutes. And Petra being on the ground, she's one of the pivotal players in the team, so we are just hoping that everything is okay with her. But I see she's going on the stretcher.
Really hope that she's going to be okay. She still gets attended to here. And Coach Woody Jacobs just giving instructions to the vice captain, and as well as the ongoing or player that will be going on to play now. Looking like it will be Isaks. And Isaks is being carried on.
So the team is 1 man down now.
Absolutely. But also very much nearing that 80th minute mark here at the Unam Stadium. So time is ticking. The clock is moving. Kangula gets a touch to that. Trying to pick up our assist, but the ball was well read by Rose Wanyoni. Throw in for the Namibians, and it will be taken up by Ndambekwa. Ndambekwa with his throw in now. What can they do? Can they capitalize? The time is ticking for the Namibians to respond, and there's a substitution. She has come on. Isaks is the change made there. Naomi Deborah Isaks, the midfielder, has come on for Namibia. And it's just a little bit getting slippery there from her. And she will look to get that one up front. Joy Gosses, she does it. Nancy Labang was trying to read it, but the defense of Kenya was right there.
And I also see that Namibia is trying to maintain the ball, keep the ball in the half of Kenya as much as they possibly can. If the ball comes on the other side, immediately they just put it on the other side.
That's an update there. Of course, some of the action from the northern part of the country and elsewhere. Shaka Chula Chula having beaten Commerce Nampol 2-1 in the NPFL earlier. Blue Waters beat Young African full-time. It ended 1-0. Now we have other updates there. Live Fighters a draw up against Julino Athletic 2-2. FC Ongos Okanja United. It's half-time over there. And it's 0-0 as it stands in that encounter as we speak. We do have a player who is down. And then that big matchup. African Stars do have that 1-0 lead against KK Palace. Well, that game, I believe, might still be underway, if I'm not mistaken, up there in the north. So, game is still ongoing at the Independence Stadium in Oshakati. But here in Windhoek, the Baby Gladiators up against the Kenyan Scarlets. And they are trailing behind by 2-0. And strong run in now as Awasas is brought down. Did clash into, I believe, Faith Bokke. And that's who has dropped a little bit. If you have to check, if you have to observe how she's playing now versus when the game began. Faith Bokke was a little bit more up front, but now she has shifted to a little bit dropped to the back.
That dropping back was caused by the pressure that is coming from Namibia, and I previously mentioned that Namibia is trying to maintain them into their first half, and because of that, Bokke is now forced to be at the back most of the time.
Look back there at that foul on Oasis, and she's just getting attended to. Looks like she will be continuing. And Nancy Labang also, who has been quite busy this second half compared to that first half. So here is Achieng now. Achieng for Kenya. Finds Katenje. And that is
The crowd is not happy about that decision from the ref, but at the end of the day, the referee makes the final decision.
Absolutely. You have no say whatsoever on that. Here is Beverline. Back to her actually now. Finding Faith Bokke. Faith Bokke is surrounded by two Namibian defenders, but she's still going. Manages to pick up a teammate, Otieno, the captain. Strong run. That will go out for a throw-in. Looks like we're also seeing a change here now for Kenya. There is a change, a substitution being made. That was the last play of action from the captain Otieno. So she will be replaced by Mwende. And that means that she will also become the captain. So Captain Otieno Beverline has gone out. For the Kenyan spectators, of course, Africans, we know that we are diverse. We've got fellow Africans staying here, reside in the blend of the brave, so supporters who have come out to cheer on their team.
Likewise, you might also definitely find some Namibians in Kenya. We are everywhere. We are Ubuntu. We find one another in Botswana, in South Africa. Everywhere you would find a citizen of a different country in that specific country.
Indeed, Lovisa. Just confirmation there for that substitute earlier on. Isaacs who came on. Aces came off. And we're already 8 minutes or 80 minutes into it. 83 minutes to be specific. Here at the Unam Stadium, if you have just joined us, this is the African Qualifiers FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2026. It is Namibia up against Kenya here at the Unam Stadium for the first leg, first round of action. And the Kenyans have held that lead very well. Just a bird whispering to me here that on the other side in the North, African Stars have scored again. And here, chance for Namibia. And it's a goal! Nancy Labang, or it's either ours actually, with that rebound. There you have it. You can hear the cheers. That's what it's all about. Namibia get one back here at the Unam Stadium.
The crowd is cheering so beautifully. If you are missing out, you are really missing out. I mean, the Namibians are happy for that one goal scored, especially the fact that there is only 7 minutes left.
Let's look back at that. Chloe Amos is the one who scored that goal. Read that well from the goalkeeper, who unfortunately did not handle that ball too well. And she finishes the job to give the home side some sort of hope here.
And the crowd is cheering, saying they want more. Do you think we are going to get more, Michelle, for Namibia?
We'll have to wait and see. The game of football, very round, as they say. Kenya could as well get one in the bag. We'll have to see how both of these sides go to it. But there's confirmation for that score now. Kenya get that still with those 2 goals, and Namibia with 1 now. That's flicked out. What stays in will be a throw-in for Namibia. There's that throw-in now. Taken up by Ndiwe Teko. Going at it. Still really, perhaps looking for that second one. The ball is round. The game is round, and anything is possible. Let's look at that confirmation for the northern part of the country. NPFL action. African Stars get one back. 2-1. So KK Palace, who had gotten that equalizer before halftime, once more, the defending champions get one back. Let's get back here in Windhoek, though, because the time is moving. And Kenya would probably try to get yet another goal, because I'm sure they would want to get back home with a really good scoreline that is safe enough when you come and play in that second leg. But the Namibians are also not backing down, as we see Elsa's being brought down.
The momentum is building up from the Namibian side, and it's honestly just beautiful to watch. Let's see that one.
See how she was brought down in this. Of course, definitely a push there. Came in from Mwenda Grace Mumwa. Two Mwendas, by the way. There's a Mwenda who just came on, Mwenda Patience, and now Grace Mwenda, who has been on the number 2 for Kenya. So, Joy Gosses. Reminds me so much of Lydiana Nusses, pardon me.
Yeah, the physique, the personality.
Probably the style of play. And here is this long ball in now from Joy. Ball now in the air. This is Nancy Labang. She runs into traffic though. As Faith Bokke looks to move up front, but it's intercepted. 87 minutes gone here at the Unam Stadium. And still Kenya with the lead by 2-1. This throw in now from Faith Bokke. I can tell you the crowd here has been absolutely stellar as they push now. Our assist. Well, that ball was intercepted. She was looking to break the goal scorer. Like I said, she has been the change maker, certainly.
She has really been influential in the second half. It would have been good to see her in the first half. Hopefully in the second leg, we'll see her start the games.
Indeed, here is this pass now for the Kenyans here. Really, really loose ball. And luckily enough for the Namibians, they would be relieved because that was offside. Because she was wide, like that was really wide space. She was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and so those are always scary, scary moments for a defense. As the substitute, Patience Mwende, was looking to cause havoc for that Namibian backline. Here is Joy Gosses now. Long ball. This is with Angula, who finds Diweteko, but it's picked up now by Mwenda. Looking to push up front, the Kenyans now. Looking to respond to that goal by Namibia. Faith Bokke getting hold of Mwenda, the other Mwenda. And that will be flicked out by Diweteko. By Mbekwa, pardon me, rather. Surely you can feel that intensity. And it's the final moments of the game. Here comes Faith Bokke now for Kenya. Looking to get a goal here. Tunga! And that's flicked away by the Namibian defense. Tunga, I think, had gotten a touch to that, the goalkeeper, but still looked like that ball was very much in danger. Very much loose in the air.
It slipped off of her hand, I suppose. And as a goalkeeper, it's very important that we avoid all of that, because one small mistake could result in a goal.
Absolutely. Lavisa, the 90th minute mark is very much upon us. Very, very close here at the Unam Stadium. It has been quite a game between these two sides, an East African side and a Southwestern African side. What a game we have seen of these African Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier. Kenya not backing down though. They are still looking to respond. That cross in now to Faith Bokke. What can she do here? Well, Mbekwa is there to flick it away.
We have an additional 3 minutes. We want to see what is going to happen in the last 3 minutes of this game. Is Namibia going to score and equalize and make it 2-2? Or is Kenya going to score to secure a smooth victory of 3 goals?
Again, it does seem like our assist, if I'm not mistaken, is down here. This is not the no, it's not our assist. Most likely could be Nancy Labang, who is getting attended to here. Hopefully, hoping that it's nothing too serious. So we are entering the last minute. So was it Rihanna Aces instead? Look at that, more of the Brave Gladiators senior squad really pushing and just encouraging the team to keep that tempo. 3 minutes added on here. So
Agnes Mashaba in the crowd there, Julia Rushindo, Faith, Yvonne, all those are Brave Gladiators senior women's national team players. Again, very good to see that they are coming to support the young ones.
Absolutely. Like yourself, Lovisa. Of course, you the mastermind, the captain. But nonetheless, it is, like you said, incredible to see the support. I think there's a complaint here. Those in the stands sort of probably can no longer wait. Really trying to get this game back on it. We still have Aces who's being carried off in a stretcher. There was initially a free kick or a corner kick here for Kenya, which Faith Boke pretty much looks like she was ready to take. Here they come now, the Kenyans. This will be the final chance. Faith Boke for the Kenyans now. She will strike here. What can they do here? Will we see a goal from the visitors? She has been very busy, Faith Boke, in this game. And we are in the very final moments of the game. Faith Boke into the box here for Kenya. That ball is flicked away. Joy Gosses also been incredible for the Namibian defense, you have to say. Still get it back now, the Kenyans. Get back the possession. Bakari finds Faith Boke, but guess who's there? It is Ndahambekwa who clears that. That will go out for yet another set piece for the Kenyans. So, a corner kick.
This might just be the final corner kick for the day. So we want to see what is going to happen in this last few seconds of the game.
Absolutely. Nervy moments here for the Baby Gladiators now. Faith Boke for Kenya into the box. And that's looking deadly. Katenya is there. That goes wide. That is wide. Might see the final kind of play here in this game, as we are already over the initial 3 minutes that were added on. But we saw that there was a delay because there was a player who was down and getting attended to this. So that might change plans in terms of how many minutes initially might have been added on.
That is correct, Michelle.
So the ball now just in the middle of the park here. Gets a touch to it here, Nancy Labang. She is surrounded. And there's a foul. The crowd does not agree with that, but final say is the referee. So we'll see a free kick here for the Kenyans. This is surely that's how it ends here at the Unam Stadium. Kenya with those first early goals in the first half coming in the first 5 minutes of the game. First goal was scored by Atieno in the 2nd minute, and then we saw that goal from Faith Boke in the 5th minute. And ever since that, pretty much neither of the side were unable to get to the back of the net. Eventually, Namibia getting a response towards the very end of the game, that coming through Awasis, the substitute, to give the Namibians some hope. But also this means the game in that second leg back Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya do have the upper hand, of course, on aggregate as we speak. They have that upper hand. They are in the lead. But Namibia probably, you could say, would be at least glad that they got one back. But this is how it ends here. Full time, Kenya 2, Namibia 1. Lovisa, what a game.
I mean, it was an incredible game, especially for the second half. The Baby Gladiators can hold their heads high. That was a fight. There was passion in there. And just hoping that in the second leg when they play in Nairobi, they win. So these are the full-time statistics.
Attempts there from Kenya with the most. No, not shocked there. 18 to Namibia's 4. On target 7 to 2. Kenya with more of the fouls. And the possession going in favor of the Kenyans, 60 to 40. But this is how it ends here at the Unam Stadium in this African World Cup qualifier. It is Kenya 2, Namibia 1. Let's send it back over to my colleague, Crystal Kotze, who is on standby to round it up. for us this afternoon.
And that's how it ends here, of course, at the UNAM main campus in Windhoek. Unfortunately, the hosts fell short on the day, 1-2, and Kenya walk away smiling. Now, joining me on the touchline is, of course, none other than Coach Woody Jacobs. Coach, tough luck today, hard-fought match. Where do you think it went wrong for the Baby Gladiators?
I think I can attribute it to the nerves. It's the first time that we are playing at home in a long time, and the expectation is always on the home team to do well. But we faced a very daunting task in facing Kenya. Kenya been to the World Cup last year, under 17, beat Uganda, that beat us in 2025. So in all essence, I think we can take a lot from the game. The girls really fought. At times I think they were punching above their weight, but I need to give them credit for the way they fought. And we're not the land of the brave for nothing, and you could see how brave they were. And if you also look at Kenya, you can see they're a well-oiled machine, how they move the ball, how they go about their business, and the girls that they have in their midst just shows the quality that they have. But I also think that we gifted it to them because we were a little bit naive, and also you had to pick them up after the first goal they conceded from a long ball, and the goalkeeper was also distraught, but she came back strongly and she did very well. So in all essence, I think credit to Kenya for the way they played. We wanted it to be different, but we're not gonna lay down and say it's over, because we don't believe in that, and we're going to give them a game in Nairobi. That I can assure you.
Now, Coach, talking about that game, what are some of the things that you can take away from this first leg going into that match? Obviously, on aggregate, you guys are behind, so a tough task ahead of you in leg 2.
Yeah, we're not going to focus on the aggregate score and all that. We're going to take the positives from this game, the lessons that we've learned from this games, because I don't think there's mistakes in life. There's only lessons that we are learning, and it's a young team. It's girls that is not even playing on a regular basis. It's not girls that are in Super League teams that are stamping their authority with the exceptions of a few, like Nancy, like Sharifa, that is really playing, and maybe Chloe that scored the goal. So we have a lot to learn. And it just shows the level of football, especially women football in Africa, the likes of Kenya, what they are doing, biggest country in size and all that. But we're not using excuses. I think we must give credit for the fact that our girls stood up against a very strong opponent, an opponent that has been experienced this before and has been at this level before, whilst we haven't.
Thank you so much, Coach. Best of luck with the preparations for that second leg.
Thank you so much, CJ.
There you have it, Coach. There you have it, of course, Coach Woody Jacobs. Just summing up the Baby Gladiators' performance here today. Ahead of them, a daunting task as it's leg 2 ahead of them all the way in Nairobi, Kenya. Now, talking about Nairobi, Kenya, of course, we know that they all smiles. And I'm joined now, of course, by the woman that is smiling the biggest at the stadium. I'm talking about none other than Mildred Cheche. Coach, congratulations, walking away with this first leg victory 2-1. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. The girls have given their best. It was a tough match for them. Most of them, they're young players, new players in the team. So I'm glad they were able to pull through.
Coach, was it part of the tactics to take an early lead, not just with 1 goal, but 2?
Yeah, initially we wanted to score more goals in the early first half. We've lost a lot of chances, so we are going to work on that and see what second leg brings.
Coach, you guys looked strong in the first half, but come the second half, Namibia did push a lot into your half. Are there some of the things that you're going to take away from there to maybe work on if it comes to the game back home?
I think making sure that the players don't underrate Namibia, because in the second half, I would say, we didn't play with a lot of aggression. We didn't do well so much, so we're going to work on that.
Coach, you might have been far, far away from home, but you had a bit of a crowd here. Maybe your message to the crowd, not just here, but online, we saw a big rally of your supporters back home. Just to thank our supporters from here and also back home for supporting the team. We feel so much loved even while we are away.
Coach, best of luck for leg 2. Daunting task for you to defend it. So best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. There you have it, of course, right here at the UNAM Stadium. It has been a daunting task for the young gladiators, but thank you so much for the viewers at home that have joined us and that were thoroughly entertained here today. Of course, with that single goal, we saw the UNAM Stadium coming to life. Now, if you missed all the action during the match, not to worry, don't move your feet. We've got those highlights for you. From me and the entire crew behind the scenes, it's ciao for now.